We're live. Okay. We finally got this after a little bit of um, trouble. So we're just trying to check our other cameras and not cameras, phone. Here we go. Right there. So bear with us while we get this going, guys.
Oh, hello.
Okay, make sure volume is down on that too. Okay. Well, we just wanted to do an impromptu, quick, spontaneous live tonight. While we're all, what are we anxiously waiting?
Life hangs in the balance.
Life hangs in the balance this evening. So we thought, what a distraction. Let's do a live. Let's catch up. We haven't done this in a while, so we thought we would touch base. And you know what? We might be here by ourselves tonight, and that's okay. It was a toss-up. You don't know if everybody else is just sitting there listening to all the commentators and journalists and polls and
the pundits.
Yeah. I'd rather just kind of check in,
Half of them are saying the Donald's going to win. The other half says the Kamala's going to win. So
yeah,
it's a toss-up.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Here.
We were going to talk about the weather that we had over the weekend.
Oklahoma. Today was a nice day.
Cow.
Yeah. Finally, a nice day after, I don't know, 3 or 4 days of rain.
No sun.
No sun. But what was it? The last two days? We were under tornado warnings just back to back both days. So
yeah,
that was
starting at
2
o'clock in the morning.
2 a.m. Yeah, that was unexpected.
That was terrible.
It really was.
Phones going off, air sirens in the background. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, you can go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna.
But yeah, it was. We were overnighting the two grandkids that we've never had two at the same time overnight. Took forever to get them to sleep, and then phones started alarming. You could hear the sirens blaring over in Norman, and it was like, oh goodness, we're going to be up. And then it was like, do we go to the cellar? Do we wake the kids up and take them to the cellar?
It really worked out good, though. I mean, the girls were.
Yeah.
They were great. And
they slept right through it.
They slept right through it. And we had, I think I had my big computer, the weather map, the radar on, and phones were on, and had the TV on. So we were watching it from all different angles, to see. I think what happens is they just pretty much, I don't know if they alert the entire county, but it felt like it. But the first night, the 2 o'clock in the morning, that one really wasn't near us too close. Not much of a worry. The next day, the tornadoes and the circulation or whatever was, it was literally just a few miles from us. So that one was quite a bit closer.
Well, the Saturday night one was Saturday night one.
Yeah.
Well, Sunday morning, 2 a.m. That was that one hit real close to my mom and dad, my sister, my brother, my niece. They all live over in that area, so it hit not too far from them. And then a coworker lives over there right where it hit, and finally got a hold of him, and he had some roof damage, so we'll see what that wound up being. But it was crazy that night. This whole weekend was crazy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, just the rain. So we got from Friday to Monday, we got 7.3 inches. So just shy of 7.5 inches, and that was crazy. We knew that they were what they were saying up leading up to it, in the
They
5 to 6 range, 5 to 7 range. Then we heard 8 to 10.
Yeah. Well, they always say that, and it's like it never happens. Well, it happened this time.
Yeah, it did. So, what do you do? Thankfully, we had gotten all the animals ready. We had them moved up out of the low areas, and everybody had been topped off with plenty of hay and all that. So we did what we could, and the animals, for the most part, were they were all dry, except for the steers.
Yeah.
Poor guys. But everybody else had barns.
I think
and stuff
they
could
like
go
it because it keeps the flies off of them.
to. Maybe, yeah. They do have their winter coats now.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing that. So anyway, crazy weather. So
It's not hot anymore.
Flooding and rains. We went from drought, just like the majority of Oklahoma. We went from drought to rain, flooding, tornadoes in 3 days.
Yeah, our ground around here was like concrete.
And today, walking around in different places, your foot will just sink, especially if you find like a little, we call them groundhogs or moles. You find a gopher hole, your foot just sinks. Because, yeah, that happened to me, and my heel, and, I didn't have my boots on, unfortunately. And so my whole pant leg was just muddy. So anyway, crazy weather. So I think we're finally into fall.
Yep.
I think that was our introduction into fall. So I'm okay.
Yeah, we're not supposed to get above. We're supposed to stay in the 60s for like the next week, right?
I think something like that. And yeah, I don't know. I know tonight's supposed to get low 40s, because last night it stayed warmer, which I thought it was supposed to be colder last night, but
Yeah.
it was warmer last night, but I guess that's because that cloud deck, they said. But tonight we've got clear skies, and it's gonna get cold. So it's here.
Yeah. Which, one part of me is like, I'm ready for it, but the other part's like, when it gets cold later, and I hate the cold weather.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate the cold weather.
I know. I don't hate it, but
I do.
I know, but you also hate the heat and the mosquitoes.
I can deal with the heat. It's the mosquitoes that just drive me crazy.
Yeah.
We ought to buy stocking off as much as that stuff I go through.
I know.
Which I know I'm not supposed to.
It's not good, and
but
the natural stuff doesn't help him though. We've got a friend that makes some natural like bug spray, mosquito spray, and it just doesn't either work long enough for you, or that's probably
Crazy.
He'd probably have to just have a continual spray going on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't think it's greasy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway.
And I'm out in the dirt.
I like it.
I'm out in the dirt
Well,
and everything else, so it sticks. And it's like
that's usually because you're sweating. Okay, we'll get on to that.
Whatever.
Anyway, where are we going with that? But now that time changed.
Oh gosh, I hate the time change. This is.
I think I've heard so many people talking about the time change. We're not used to it yet. What are we? Is this the second or third night? It's just it's horrible, because I mean, I was looking up earlier, and it's like, okay, what time is it? And it's like, oh yeah, thinking I would go out and bring the animals in, feed, and all that. We do that in the evening, and it was just like Oh
I
my
hate-
gosh, it's going to be dark anytime. You
Yeah,
know.
another 20 minutes, it's going to be dark. Got to get after it.
I know. So I'm not used to it yet. But anyway, I wish they would just. I wish they would do away with it. And every year we keep hearing that they have.
Approved or passed law
Yeah.
or whatever, but it still happens. So.
That they're not going to have. You know, they're going to do away with it.
Yeah, I think back. If anybody gets on here and looks at this, and you can correct me, but I think when this was originally started was for the farmers back in the day, and that there's not that many farmers now. And anyway, then it hung on because of kids at the bus stop, kids being down there at their bus stop in the dark, which
Yeah.
in today's world, that's pretty crazy. I wouldn't want to send my kids out in the.
That's a whole nother
Oh
topic.
yeah, that's yeah.
They wouldn't be down there. They wouldn't be
Well.
going. Yeah. Anyway, wouldn't be going to public schools. But that's just personal
Yeah, that's our deal. We
decision.
pulled our kids out, and she homeschooled them. So
Yeah. So, I mean, I did hear somebody say something where it's like they would rather have that extra hour of daylight at the end of the day as opposed to the beginning of the day. And I think so many people are like that because it you know, there's just so much more you can get done having an extra hour in the evening as opposed to in the morning. So
yeah.
you're still getting up when it's dark for the most part. And, you know,
Oh, I do.
I do too. I mean, I do, especially now. Depends on if I slept. I don't sleep real good at night. And so I'm awake. 6 o'clock hits and you can sleep. But anywhere from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, nope, you're just, yeah. Anyway, so don't, I have been up before 7 every day this week since time changed.
It's light at 7 o'clock.
Barely. True. Oh my goodness.
Well, I hate it because I normally wake up at 5-ish to 6-ish. Well, you move the clock back. Guess what that means? I wake up 4 to 5-ish.
Really?
Yeah, it stinks.
Yeah, I mean, really, it shouldn't change. And that's the thing. If I was sleeping pushing until 8 o'clock, now it's 7 o'clock. If I was getting up at 7, it's 6. I mean, it just depends on how I slept that night, depending on when I wake up. But
Well, they call that the circadian rhythm.
yeah.
Yeah, it jacks with your circadian rhythm.
Okay. Yeah. I vote for them to just cut it out entirely and let's just
Yeah,
Let's
when we
just-
change in the spring, that's it. Leave it alone.
leave it alone. Yeah. That would be my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your kids got to wait at the bus stop in the dark, drive down there and keep the headlights shining on.
The majority, I would imagine the majority of people, if their kids are waiting at the bus stop, it's just like in the winter when it's bitter cold or whatever, you just go down there and they sit in the car with you, till the bus gets there. And not that we ever got to do that when
No.
we were growing up, but it's a different world. But also just the safety factor. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
my
I
kids
walked a quarter
regardless.
of a mile uphill both ways to the bus stop.
You're quoting your parents.
Well, I
You're quoting your parents.
was joking about the uphill both ways, but I did have to jump the fence to get out of our place and then up
Yeah.
the road to the bus stop.
But in today's world, I bet there's just not a ton of people who really want it, unless the stop is at your house, in front of your house. But I bet a lot of people aren't actually letting their kids, go down and hang out at the bus stop.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but anyway, Let's see. Okay. Oh. Okay. Do we know? We've got our kind of our TV on, but over here, and it's down real low. I can't really even hear it. But I'm not seeing them flash anything yet. I know they called like 3 states, but I only heard what one of them was. It was like Indiana and 2 others, and that was right at like 6:30. What is it now? 6:52.
Yeah.
And so I don't think they're really showing anything happening yet. And here in Oklahoma, which so many people and so many of our friends here are all in Oklahoma, our polls don't close till 7. So they have about another 8 minutes to go. So I would imagine by 7 o'clock Central Time, half of the country should be closed.
Yeah, Central Time Zone runs all the way to what?
Well, Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas.
New Mexico, somewhere in New Mexico is where
I think the line is somewhere because Colorado is Mountain Time, obviously. So I think it's for the most part going to be Texas, Kansas, Nebraska, North and South Dakota. Yep. I don't know where those time zone lines are, but I know we're all from that over is Central.
Yep.
The Plains. So that's half of the country. So they
don't pay much attention to us. We're the flyover states. Yeah. It's pretty much red all through the middle except for Kansas.
Careful.
They goof off and go blue every once in a while. Sorry.
But
trying to not be political.
We're not going to be political. No. But I think in these days, these times, nothing is shocking. So when it comes to, you never know what states are going to go what and do what and who's, it's crazy. So, but we're not going to go political, but we were going to see, okay, are they starting to call states? And I don't see anything happening yet. So
I'm having to keep my mouth shut.
I know. He's got to be good. He's got to be good. Oh, what else? We did go. We got to try out our enclosed cargo trailer.
Yep.
It worked right. We went ahead and put the video out on it, and so I will say we had and this was in the video also. We had great intentions.
Hey, Duncan.
So, hey, Duncan. We had great intentions of just being able to do lives and video a bunch and all that. But when you go on vacation or you go somewhere and you've got family and friends, and we were with church, and oh my gosh, it was so busy.
Yeah, we needed a vacation when we got back from vacation.
It was so busy, and we barely got anything done like what we wanted.
Yeah.
And I will say, I think we've kind of shared this a little bit on our channel, but our family, we don't have any of our family. I mean, our sons, yeah, they'll be in a video every once in a while, but the grandkids or anything like that, we don't video them. So that sometimes can be a challenge because like being out there when we were all together, we were all camping right next to each other and everything. So it was hard to really just kind of pick up the camera and film a whole lot. Yeah. And then we were just busy, and I was always holding the baby. So that part was good. It was just like, well, we've got what we've got. We put what we could in the video, and it was good. But to go back, and talk about the cargo trailer that we kind of redid.
Yeah. Yep.
It worked.
I'm thoroughly pleased with
Yeah.
how that worked out.
There was really only a few things that you said that you would have preferred, with the camera, with the
Taller,
just
taller inside.
Yeah. What is it? It's like a 78 or something. It's like 6.5 feet tall.
Not
Well,
in,
you're talking about the back door.
Well,
Yeah,
back door. That back door, the part that hangs
It's
down.
about 5 foot.
It's about 5'7".
Okay. I knew I could go
Because
under it without hitting my head.
It's right there, and I hit it plenty of times.
Yeah.
So, just a little bit taller would be great.
Yeah.
So, we've already kicked around the idea if we run across a nice Pinos that's a little taller, we might sell the one we got and redo the next one. Because
Yeah.
we do. How many RVs have we done? Fifth wheels and pull behinds. I don't know how many of those things.
I don't even know how many we have. Basically, we've flipped them. We've bought them, whether we were using them ourselves or using them, the kids were using them, or I think every one that we have had, we've actually used ourselves while we were, rehabbing it, updating it.
Yep.
And then we sell them, and we've always done real good doing that. And it's kind of fun. We've done real good, but we've had
it gets her artistic juices flowing.
Yeah. It's always fun to remodel something.
And then I have to drag her back down a little bit into reality. We can't do that.
Well, we've done some we've done some good work with the campers.
Yeah.
They've always came out really well, and we've always made a really good profit. We were always able to get them inexpensive enough where we could make the changes, update them, fix them. And didn't we have to put a new air conditioner on one?
We've done new air conditioners. We've done
new tires,
hot water tanks,
new floor,
new flooring.
That was the worst. That really was, I think, the worst.
That's the one she bought when I wasn't with her.
Wait a minute. I've bought a lot of them when you weren't with me.
We wouldn't have bought that one.
I had somebody else with me, and I leaned more on their, advice, and you were not available on the phone at that moment. So it still worked out.
You even bought a house while I was gone one time.
With his permission, yeah. Not permission, but yes, permission. It was an agreement, and we already kind of knew, and we had all the parameters in place, and they just kept, checking off and meeting our criteria.
Yeah.
So he was like, "It's a go, go move
I think
forward."
Actually, what it was, I called and you were like, "Hope you're not mad, but I bought that house."
That might have been part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that long ago. I'd have to even. Anyway, yeah. But we've always done good. We never took a loss.
Mm-mm.
So.
Never have.
Yeah, that was good. Back to the cargo trailer, though.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the cargo trailer. We've got a couple projects and a lot of just upkeep and stuff we need to do around here that I don't really want to start that project. I don't want to look for a new one and start, redoing another one just yet, because we're going into the winter. We've got just the taking care of the animals and the upkeep, and we've got firewood we've got to get done. There's a lot of things with the seasons and winter coming that we need to get done. And then we've got 2 projects that we would really like to get started on. Well, your project board has got more than 2 on there, but and little projects that really need to get done.
Well, the
So
little projects delay the big projects.
yeah, they do. The little ones delay. So I'm not looking to do that anytime soon. Uh, Duncan says, "How's the farm?" Well, it's still here
It's wet right now.
after all the rain and the tornadoes, and yeah, it's it's wet, but everything survived.
We didn't lose any trees. We didn't lose any.
No,
We didn't lose any massive limbs.
Mm-mm. Small ones, but nothing major.
And then, well, all the majority of our trees are blackjacks, and I've heard those described as self pruning.
Uh-huh.
So anytime you get
that's true.
Yeah, you get big winds, it blows those little limbs out. But
Yeah.
I mean, the ground was so dry. When we went to let the sheep and the goats back in this evening, walking down through that area down through there, it was not squishy.
No, but we've had so much sand and stuff. That's the one good thing about going out in the fields is most of it is pretty compact, So I wasn't hitting the gopher holes there. I was hitting the gopher holes in the yard.
Yeah, we have good soil.
Yeah, and the gophers have found it. So, but how is y'all's farm? How did y'all do? How'd y'all get through with the storms and stuff? Aren't y'all here in Oklahoma also?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't y'all out around the McAllister area?
Okay, so southeastern Oklahoma or south central eastern central. How did they say that? Yeah, because man, they had a lot of tornadoes going on yesterday afternoon out there. If you guys were spared from all of that, but anyway, so I'm just glad for the reprieve, the sunlight, and I did hear that we do have, like, I don't know if we're in the 2 to 3 inch range for more rain, like the end of this week, like several more inches. At least we get a couple of days. He's saying we missed all the bad weather. We are between McAllister and Fort Smith. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's good that the bad weather was missing y'all. We were telling earlier that I guess I've lost track of the days, but I think it was yesterday morning. Just out of the blue, had a tornado warning, just a second tornado warning, and just unexpected because we were just dealing with rain. The heavy bands of rain were coming through, and then all of a sudden our phones are just pinging and dinging, and all the alerts are going off, and then we had the one the night before at 2:00 in the morning. That one was crazy. This was kind of the first time we are very weather aware, and especially me, and so, but for to be totally caught off guard, and your phones just start tornado warning and multiples. I mean, like there were 3 or 4 at different times, within a 30-minute or a 20-minute span where we were in. They just kept having new tornado warnings, coming towards us. So
are they the heifers you got coming? Are they for breeding or for eating?
Oh yeah. What's he saying? We have a fence building project going on, getting ready for some new heifers. Yay! Coming in late November. Oh, that'll be good. We have a couple of steers, and they are leaving us at the end of December. So, yay!
She's scared of them.
Well, I don't trust either of them now, but one of them just got ugly. he's got an attitude now, and they're big.
Hmm.
So, but you know what? We had to, when we got them, we had to do a bunch of fencing projects, and started separating off some areas and closing off some areas, and huge. Oh my gosh, fencing is such a huge job, and we actually have not quite finished.
Fencing's never done.
Fencing's never done, but you know, we decided, since we were in the process of doing the fencing, that we would go ahead and replace some damaged fencing from a storm and a tree down last year. But we would replace some old damaged fencing, or make a new line, just and those are the few areas. We've got all the poles set, all the bracing, H bracing and corner bracing and all of that done. But our fence guy got too busy to come back out. So the rest of the job is on us. And that's one of those projects we need to get done before we take on doing another cargo trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
The never-ending fence jobs. Going to start our breeding cattle in hopes of producing our beef for the family. Yay. Yep.
That's excellent.
I know. I think that's a hard call on the beef.
Yeah, we don't have enough land to have any kind of a breeding type setup here.
I wish we did. I mean,
she's telling me no, but I think once we take Brisket and Burger to the freezer camp, we need to get with our guy that we got those two from and get 2 more little ones to bring in, as opposed to buying a whole bunch of sheep.
Oh, well, beef, the steers don't, that doesn't, I'm not talking about a whole bunch of sheep. A few more, yes. Yeah. Replace the 2 goats. So, hey, if anybody needs a couple of great Kiko goats, let us know. I'm ready to find them a good home. They're Kiko. They're so sweet. They just don't play well with my sheep and my dog, Rhodey. They have horns and the others don't. So it's not a fair fight. So I would rather, truthfully, that's probably one of the biggest factors of thinking, okay, let's go ahead and let Ferris and Snapper, live somewhere else. But the sheep we have, the Katahdins, they're brush eaters. And so they eat just as many weeds and leaves and all of that the goats do, poison ivy. Plus there's the feeding issue. And so the sheep, they can't have copper in the most sense. They have to have a very minimal. The goats need copper. So you've got to watch their feeding and trying to get the goats what they need, and keeping them healthy. Same with the sheep. Then it's a much harder deal when you're trying to feed both species and they're living together. Ever since we moved them to their own pasture, it's a lot easier, but they're kind of lonely in their own pasture. They don't have the protection of Rhodey if something were to get into the field, and
He wouldn't protect them anyway because they're mean to him.
I know. I know. He has not bonded with the goats, but he has bonded with the sheep. And so I want to replace. I would like for Ferris and Snapper to go to somebody who wants some more sheep. I'm sorry, goats, or just add to their their goat herd. And then replace Ferris and Snapper. And 6 is a good number. 5, 6 is a good number. And we had 4 wethers, and 2 made it to the freezer. So, and then I've got my little girls. I really want to breed them, my little ewes. So.
Yeah. So if anybody's got a Katahdin Dorper ram.
No, I'd prefer to just full blood Katahdin.
Whatever.
Well,
Beep, 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 beep.
yeah, I'm not sure about that whole breeding thing. I don't know. I mean,
Why not?
I don't know that I want to send them off to somebody else's place. Or if we bring a ram in, wow, that's going to be a, you know.
Well, I don't want to buy a ram.
No, but I've been reading different how some farms do it. And they bring in a little ram lamb. And by the time he's about 7 months old, he can start breeding. They keep him through a breeding cycle. And then a lot of people will go ahead and process them at a year and a half or whatever before they get to be really, big and attitude and dangerous or whatever. So
Yep.
I think they can be just as sweet as long as it's not breeding season. Unless they've been a bottle. If they've been a bottle lamb, then they're going to be a bad ram. they're going to be much more attitude and it's during the breeding season and stuff. Yeah, it has something to do with them seeing you as an equal, seeing you. You've raised them and all that, and then they see you as a competitor. So then they get aggressive and domineering
Well, two
around
by
their
two
land.
will take care of a lot of that problem.
So if we had more space and more land, we could have like a bro pen. But so we really have not figured out a breeding system for the sheep. And we have enough space to feed out, one or two steers, but
Florida was just called for the Donalds.
really. Okay, update. Florida went to Republican and Indiana, I believe, went to Republican. I don't know. I haven't seen any others. And 2/3 of the TV is cut off. So
Yeah.
we were going to try to give like little updates, but it's so soon. That won't start really for a good another 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think things will start rolling in about 20, 30 minutes.
And we cannot hardly stand the national
Well, we don't watch them.
Yeah.
We don't.
ABC, CBS, NBC.
No, we don't watch any of those. We do keep up with one of our local channels here, and then and it's mostly for the weather.
Yep.
And then we just we turn it after that. I just don't trust any. I know that sounds horrible, but I really don't care to hear, other than the local things, what's happening in town, crime or whatever, that's pertaining to our, the city and county that we're living in. I don't listen to. We don't look to any of the national stuff.
Yep.
It's like we don't have national channels on to get the updates on the election or anything like that. We're getting that through streaming. So
Yeah. And I'm sure we could stream a different channel other than.
Well, we're streaming the Blaze.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem. Yeah.
We could probably stream, Right News or Newsmax.
Right Side Broadcasting Network.
Those.
RSBN I really like. Right Side Broadcasting Network. Is it One America's Voice?
I don't know. I'm sure we could stream a different one that would be more showing what's happening because.
Yeah, we just haven't gone over and changed it. And we're actually on a little bit longer than I thought we would be on. One thing I did want to do is, I don't really know how to do this.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, you can see it. I wanted to show a big picture of it. We got a new logo, and I just want to give a shout out to Mickey with Critter Creek. He does such good work.
That
So
guy
pleased.
is awesome.
He is. I want to see if I can find it. Where am I at?
Did you send it to me?
I sent it to you. I sent it to me also. So let's see. Can you see that? That's our new logo. Red Dirt Rooster Road. He's highlighted the RDRR. He's got one of our steers in there. I think I really could. Who's missing their fly tag? Do you remember?
Brisket, I think.
Okay, so it's Brisket. It's the nice steer. It's the steer that didn't chase me. But he's got the bees in the background, and honey. He's got Rhodey in there just under Brisket. He put the roosters on the road.
Oops.
Yeah, that'll be a bigger picture if
I can get there.
If there's not a glare. Yeah.
I got the glare off of it.
It's just, he is fabulous. And okay.
He just came up with that on his own.
Yeah. He just asked us a few little things. But what he did is he goes to your channel and he'll kind of look and see. He got a few little guidelines of what we kind of liked, or the characters, did we want to be in it or whatever. And we just kind of, told him, well, I think maybe this or this. And, but we were just, hey, we have seen what he's done with other channels. And we were just like, hey, you've got more creativity. So we were just kind of excited to see what he did. And oh my, the logo is just, it's so fun to see all the animals on there, and how he incorporates it all, and how he does his computer design, or what is it? Computer
graphic
design. Yeah.
And he also asked the other day if he was going to be replaced by AI.
Yeah, he's got a video up.
Yeah.
He's got a video and a short on it. I've watched them.
Yeah, AI can't do the human creativity that he's able to do. That's just.
I know. But y'all go over to his channel and show him some love and check him out. Watch a few of his videos. You can go in, and he has also videos that I think he titles them Mickey Draws, and I don't know how he does it. I don't know how. I'm sure he videos him working on stuff, and then he just speed ramps it. He speeds it up. But it's just you just get lost in watching him, how he draws and writes and colors and shades, and he is so talented. I just am amazed by it. But so definitely, it's called Critter Creek, and his name is Mickey, and we just love our logo. Because all I had before was a picture of one of our roosters, and everything with YouTube and editing and everything is such a learning curve when you're not in this. This was all new, and trying to put together logos and banners and all that, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So, but that's kind of, I just wanted to make sure and show everybody the new logo, and thank you, Mickey, so much. We just love it because he just nailed it, and we've never met him in person, but he was able to go to our channel and pick out enough, and to figure out a design. And he's willing to just do it, however many times, however many changes, doesn't matter to him. But it was like, no, this is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even what did he say? Something about our name.
He liked the Red Dirt Rooster Road. Yeah.
So there's a whole merchandising deal behind that could be done with that. And it's like,
from his lips to God's ears.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near that yet, but that would be fun. And Monty's actually the one who kind of pinned the name for us. It was, we looked forever, and I just kept a list of just names, and kind of things we kind of liked and would play with. And we ended up going usually we'll go with what he really likes. But
Well, it's because you like it.
yeah, but I was just thinking our name would be something totally different. But it all works, and now it's stuck. We actually when we did start, it was Red Dirt Rooster, and then I found. I think I was searching for it because in the very beginning you can never find. It's like you have to type in the whole thing because YouTube just doesn't know who you are, and somebody else was coming up like Reddit Rooster, or Red Dirt, one word, Red Dirt Rooster or something. And one was, I think they hadn't had anything on their channel in years, but it was like a music, like a hard, like
Punk rocker.
yeah, it was like a rock group or something. And I didn't want us to be confused with that, because we didn't have videos and things out yet. So I kind of wanted to be careful. I didn't want to be confused with another channel. So I just you can go into YouTube at any time and change your name. And so I just went in, and it's like, okay, Rooster Road. And even Monty afterwards, he was like, why'd you do Rooster Road? And it was like, it just went. So that's where the Red Dirt Rooster Road came from. And that was perfect. And then you've got the little, what's it called? The letters acronym. What is that?
RDRR?
RDRR. Monty liked that one. So anyway, so that's where that came from.
I just realized this hat I've got on is filthy.
He's been out working. Yeah.
I need to change my hat.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, we have been on here close to an hour. We would have been on here a full hour had we not had trouble getting the for whatever reason we had trouble getting the stream going. And I kind of am always worried about having trouble with the streams because we've tried doing the live streams like outside, checking on the animals and things like that. And I don't know what the difference is, but we couldn't keep a stream live. We couldn't keep it going. It kept buffering and stopping, and Monty thinks he knows why it would do that. We did a live stream, we've done a live stream at the Urban Expo and stuff, and didn't have any problems keeping the live stream going.
Now I got a better hat.
You do have a better. I can't believe you didn't start it out with that hat. So anyway, so we always have this issue. I'm always worried about, being able to keep this. Is the live stream going to work? What's he saying? Monty might have an altered personality as punk rocker.
Nope. I listen to hard rock, but not. Oh yeah, you want to check that out? That is a personal autographed,
signed
by the Donald himself,
Mr. President. Yep. So that's pretty cool.
Yep. I got another hat back there that was signed by Ted Nugent.
That's true. We just got that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the camping trip.
Mm-hmm. Is that a presidential hat, or is it?
Oh, it's got a cannon on it. It says "Come and take it."
Oh, that's right.
Thought that might be a little too controversial.
And that one's not. This was not going to be a political night either. I mean, it's a political night just because we got to see what's happening with the elections. But we can.
By this, you know where we stand.
Oh yeah, I'm I'm sure everybody has figured that out.
And the majority of the people that are, I said the majority,
I'm just kind of
are probably up right along with us.
probably so. But if you're not, that's fine.
You're still our neighbor.
Yep. Yep. And after, you know what, after all of this election is done, and if we can just get to next year, regardless of who is legitimately in the White House, let's we just all need to, put this division behind us. The division is the worst thing that has happened to our country.
Oh yeah. We all need to pray that God will give us the leader we need and not the leader we deserve.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If he gives us the one, and I mean, if you want to sum it all up, love your neighbor as yourself. If everybody would do that, this world would be a wonderful place.
Yeah. And we wouldn't be having a lot of the issues that we are dealing with.
Yep.
But
there's evil in the world.
And until the Lord comes back, we are not, it's not going to be an easy ride. So, amen. I agree. So anyway, well, it is about 7:30. So I'm sure that it's probably time to get off and kind of start seeing the news roll in.
Yeah, I made a big bowl of popcorn. She said I couldn't eat it while we're on.
I know.
Live.
He did. He got over here with a big old Coke and a big bowl of popcorn. And I was like, you can't do that.
She said you can't eat that. Well, nobody eats when they're on the live.
You can't eat when you're, it's not polite, is it? No, it's not. Most people, if they're doing a live and they need to eat, they mute their screen and then they can come back. We can't do that. You can do that if you've got, a collab going on with more people there, but
I eat quietly.
Oh my. Well, anyway, we're going to let y'all.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to let y'all go. Y'all enjoy your evening. We're going to, and pray for the future of this country. So let's just all get through this, the next several months and years. So it was so good to see you guys. I'm glad you joined in with us, Duncan family. So, okay. Well, we will catch you all on the next one, and you all be blessed and take care.
Have a good week.
We'll see you. Bye.